Narrative Pro 2.4 introduces the new Narrative Project template to make setting up a new project as easy as possible. Today we'll show you how to set that up and also install your first add-on, the RPG UI theme. Okay, so the first thing you'll need to do is grab Narrative Pro on Fab and then come into your Epic Games launcher and install it to Unreal Engine. We support 5.7 or 5.8. I'm going to be using 5.8 today, so I'm going to click on Install to Engine, select 5.8 and click on Install. Once that's finished, Narrative Pro will be installed to Unreal Engine 5.8, but you actually don't want to install Narrative Pro to the engine. Instead, you want to have it installed to the project. So we're going to fix that now. You'll want to come into wherever you've installed Unreal Engine. This is usually C, Program Files, Epic Games. And then because I'm using 5.8 today, I'm going to open that up. I'm going to go to Engine, Plugins, Marketplace, and you should find Narrative Pro in here. If it's not called Narrative Pro, it might have like a code on it. It's a good idea. I would recommend rename it to Narrative Pro. And then open it up. And we're going to install the Narrative Project template because that makes it really easy to spin up new projects. So just go to Resources, Project Templates, and we're going to cut TP Narrative. And then go back to UE 5.8 and put it in the Templates folder. This will allow you to really quickly create new Narrative Pro projects. The last thing you will need to do is go back to your Narrative Pro install directory. So Marketplace. And again, we're going to cut it, Control X, because we're going to uninstall it from the engine. You never want it installed to your engine. You always want it installed at the project level. So we'll just go back to UE 5.8. Templates, TP Narrative, Plugins, and paste it in there. So now if you ever create a narrative template project, it's going to already have Narrative Pro installed because I've just put it in the plugins folder there. So once you've done that, you're basically good to go, and you should be able to launch Unreal Engine 5.8 or whatever version you've decided to use. You'll know that you've done everything correctly because if you launch Unreal Engine 5.8 and click on New Project, you will see Narrative Template here as one of the options. It's only available as a C++ template, so you will need Unreal Engine set up for C++, but if you're using Blueprints, that's completely fine. You can totally use Blueprints. It's just that the project will be a C++ one. If you ever do want to add some C++ code, you will be able to do that. Also, Blueprint-only projects are really bad because they tend to crash on assert messages and other things like that. So a word to beginners who like using Blueprints, do Blueprints, but do it in a C++ project because we have a lot of our Blueprint guys will say, oh, there's a bunch of crashes in Unreal Engine or Narrative Pro, and actually they're just asserts. So we've set this up as a C++ project. Go ahead and give it a name. I'm going to call it First Project. And then go ahead and click on Create. This will take a while because it may need to compile Narrative Pro. It should show you a loading bar, but it may take sort of 5 to 10 minutes to compile that first time. So just keep that in mind. Okay, once the project opens up, you will be here in this empty level. It won't be loaded by default. Simply right-click on No Loaded Regions and click on Load Region from Selection, and it should load the map in. At this point, you should be able to click Play. It may take a little bit to load on the first time that you play. And you'll be on the level here. And you can see I can do things like get weapon out. Can start firing. Change perspective. I can play the demo quest. And because we're in 2.4, if you want to try a networked game, I could do 2 players, client, and then I could spawn 2 clients in. You can see that the 2 clients, if I do things like put a rifle on, the other client, it syncs perfectly. If I shoot at this wall, you can see it's all going to sync up. We'll go more in depth on that in our multiplayer video, but that's how you run a multiplayer session. And if you want to go back to testing as a single player game, just do 1 player, standalone, and then you're good to go. Now we're going to close the project because I want to teach Blueprint guys how to launch their project through Visual Studio. This is very important. I was talking about how sometimes Blueprint only projects can crash, which is very annoying. So we're going to close down our project. And if you go to where your project was actually created, where you made it, you will be able to open up the Visual Studio solution. You can do this in Visual Studio or Rider, whatever you prefer. And we're going to open up the Visual Studio solution for our project here. Okay, once you have it open in Visual Studio, I want you to right click on your project, set it as a startup project, make sure you have Development Editor, Win64, and launch Unreal Editor, launch your project through Visual Studio or through Rider. So here in Visual Studio, you just click this local Windows debugger. And what this is going to do is it's going to launch your project using a debugger. And that way, if there's an assert or a warning, it's not just going to crash the project. And we see this a lot in Blueprint projects. People will say, Narrative Pro, it's crashing all the time, or Unreal's crashing all the time. And actually, often it's not a crash. It's an assert. And if you run it through the debugger like this, Visual Studio or Rider or whatever you're using, it will actually tell you what the warning is, what it's trying to warn you about, rather than just crash your project. So even if you're a Blueprint guy, it's worth learning how to launch the project this way. If you are a C++ guy, another benefit of the template stuff is that you get a whole bunch of these subclasses pre-configured and ready to go. So instead of having to subclass the game mode yourself, you can see you have one set up out of the box, ready to go for you right away, which is pretty cool. If you want to use the character creator, come into the NPro add-ons channel, and there is a male and female character creator example setups here. I will link this in the description as well. You can download these, and then you simply just have to drop the MetaHumans folder into your project's content folder. You can see I've already done that. Now, you don't have to use MetaHumans with our character creator, but the two characters, Oscar and Vivian, that are pre-set up for you, those are kind of the default ones, and they don't come with Narrative Pro, so you can just download them, drop them in, and then that will work, and I'll show you that now. So once you've brought that folder in, you'll be able to save your game into any slot, and then you can open the character creator, and the two default example setups, the female and male metahumans, will be able to be accessed. You can play around and change different options. I don't think everything is hooked up necessarily, but yeah, you can change things like the eye color here. Give your character a name, and then we'll exit. And you can see that my character creator appearance is applied in game. I can run around and play as this character. Next up, I'm going to show you how to install any add-ons you might want. So we'll go into the NPro add-ons channel. This is a good place to find add-ons for Narrative Pro. And I'm going to show you how to install the RPG theme. So we'll click on Narrative Pro RPG theme. You can search for it if you can't find it. And there's a download link, so just grab that. Just going to go to File, Download. Once you've downloaded the add-on, to install an add-on, all you want to do is just copy it. Go to where your project is, go to the plugins folder, and just paste it into the same folder that Narrative Pro's in. This one's actually zipped, so I will just have to unzip it. And then I'll just delete the zip folder there. And it's actually in a subfolder, so I'll just fix that up. So just paste the plugin right in there, and there you go. That should be good to go. I'm going to restart my project here. If you have a debugger session, you can just click this button to restart the project. Once the project is restarted with the add-on in there, it should show up in your plugins. So you can see Narrative Pro add-ons, and then we have this custom RPG UI theme. And a lot of add-ons won't need this, but often add-ons will want to modify the settings. So if we actually jump into our project settings, if you go to Narrative Pro, you can see it says some project settings do not match. And if you actually log them, you can see that basically it wants to change a bunch of settings. And that's very normal for a UI theme. UI themes will usually want to change some settings. So all I'm going to do is click on Update Project Settings. And then I'll just restart once more. And remember, I'm not going to click Restart here. I'm going to do it through Visual Studio. We'll just come into Visual Studio, restart through the debugger, do it the debugger way. And once we're restarted, our theme should basically be installed. If you hit play with this theme installed, we should see that our UI is completely swapped out for the RPG theme. Pretty awesome. Really, really nice to work with. A lot of themes are actually easier than that. You don't even need to update project settings. But this is a theme that actually does want to update some project settings. So that's why you have to do the whole sort of restart thing there. If you want to uninstall the RPG theme, simply go to Plugins, and disable the RPG theme, you'll have to restart your project. I'm going to do so through the debugger here. Now, when I restart through the debugger, this is exactly what I was talking about, actually. Because we've deleted that theme and it's not found, we're actually getting a type of assert here. But this is not a crash. I can actually click continue. May need to click it a few times here just to get through any of these. And I'm getting a bunch of errors. It's just not able to find the UI because it's previously been redirected. But if I actually click through, I can open up the project. These are not crashes. And when I open the project, I will be prompted to actually update the redirectors, which will fix any of these asserts. So with the project back open, you can actually see I'm getting told here that the redirectors have been updated. If I go into Narrative Pro, they are up to date. I just need to restart again. And now the theme should essentially be removed. Themes can also update other settings. You can see here, it's actually applied some color changes to the UI. So I can actually delete those as well if I want to set the colors back to the default ones. Most plugins, you literally just uncheck the box and they're uninstalled. Themes are a little bit more complex. They usually require restarts like this because they are applying project settings. So some add-ons will want to apply project settings and most won't. So it kind of depends on the plugin. I'm going to talk about this more in the add-ons video that we're doing next. Okay, project is back open. And I'm just going to verify the theme was removed, and you can see that it is. Back to vanilla narrative here. So that's how to make a new Narrative Pro project, install add-ons, super easy to use, and from here you can start to add your art, add your own custom features. You'll want to watch our tutorial to learn how the framework works. There's plenty to learn, so our first 20 minutes in Narrative Pro video is a really good place to start. If you want to install Narrative Pro into a pre-existing project, you should check out the old install guide, which shows you how to do that. This is kind of the new way of doing things with this template, but the old install guide is perfectly up to date as well. So if you're installing into an existing project, check that out. It'll be in the description. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Happy developing.